Hello, spooky friends, and welcome to another live streaming episode of the Scary-ish podcast.
Woo!
And we're here for another story time.
We are indeed. Are you excited?
I am excited. Hopefully it'll be really good.
So far, so good. We haven't had all the technical difficulties that plagued us last week.
If you've never joined us before, I'm Robin Grace, and this is Adam Diaz.
Hello.
And we're here to read some of your homegrown horrors. And what those are some creepy experiences, stories from you, your grandparents, your parents.
But only those people, no one else. Don't send us anyone else's stories.
You know, like your family members or yourself have experienced and have decided to share with us. And we, in turn, get to share it with all our spooky friends.
Indeed.
So it's kind of cool.
We appreciate everything you guys send to us, too. And if you guys have a story that you're looking to share with us, or if you just want to reach out to us and let us know what's happened to you and you're not looking for it to be shared on the podcast, either or, you can reach out to storytime@scaryish.com. That is our email address. You can also go to facebook.com/scarishpodcast. You can message us there. Please like our page. We hit 600 likes this week.
Yes, it's awesome.
Very excited about that. You can also go and join the Scarish Spooky Friends group, and you can post it there if you'd like some instant feedback for your story. You can also join the Discord. Best way to do that is to go to scarish.com. On the right-hand side is a link to the Discord, which is basically like a giant chat server for those of you who have never used it. It's really fun. We have like 130 people in there so far.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's
a lot. We just added a dad joke channel, courtesy of Connor McShakenbake. Who started us out with, I can't even remember the joke what it was, but it was really good.
You know what joke I heard one time?
What?
What does a vampire's phone sound like when it rings?
What?
Bang bang.
That's so bad.
But
it's such a good dad joke, but it's such a bad joke.
When I first heard it, it made me laugh so hard.
My favorite one is, what is Mario's favorite material? Denim, denim, denim. That's my favorite one.
What's Bruce Lee's favorite drink?
Water. Yeah, I knew that one, so I got that one down. And then, of course, let's get back to that. If you guys want to reach out to us via Twitter, you can reach out to us at ScarishPod, 280 characters, so choose your words wisely. Or you can reach out to us on Instagram. Some of you guys have started doing that, and that is at ScarishPodcast, correct?
Yes.
Because our naming convention changes constantly, and we do apologize for that.
Yep. Let's have you say your story first.
You want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that. So here we go.
Okay, thanks.
This first one is just called Storytime, and starts out like this. Hey. This is Livy. I think it's Livy.
How's it spelled?
Livie.
Okay.
Livy. How you doing, Livy? Greetings and salutations. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. That's what they say in Demolition Man.
Oh, yeah.
I am a listener from Spotify. Shout out to Spotify. I've been listening for a month now, and I'm all caught up, and I'm waiting for more. It's good to know. I'm glad people binge it, because I didn't know that we'd ever create something that people would think was binge-worthy.
I can't believe we have a catalog large enough to binge.
Yeah, I'm happy we do, though, because a lot of people that were listening were saying, like, I wish you had more episodes, and now we do. So that's a good thing. I have a more of a feel-good story than anything. Cool. We like that. That's good. It's not always have to be, spooky and scary.
Right.
So a few months ago, my best friend passed away.
Tell me
so much for feel-good. Wow. You just, cat is going one way and then turns the other. They smoked and they were really sick, but they refused to get help, so they passed away. That sucks when people won't help themselves. It was a few months after their death, and all of a sudden I felt like something was extremely wrong. My mom got a call from my best friend's son saying that he and his wife got a divorce. I was in a deep depression at this time. The one night it got so bad that I was about to kill myself. Wow.
Holy crap.
If you ever get that low and you're just like, I have no one to talk to, message us. I'm dead serious. Just fucking message us. There's a million different ways to message us, and I'm not saying that we're mental health professionals and we'll be able to talk you off a ledge.
It's just someone to talk to. Sometimes, like, you just need to vent, and that's why we have the mental health channel
in our Discord, where a lot of people go in there and they're like, hey, here's the shit I'm dealing with, and it's a good thing to do, because sometimes you just need to get it off your chest.
Yeah.
So I will get back to the story now, because that's quite a cliffhanger I left everyone on.
Yeah, thanks.
So, but I heard my best friend's voice, the sound of them saying, don't do it. Too many people love you. You need to live. My son needs you, and so do your parents and siblings. I still love you so much.
Aww.
Goodbye. I started to cry. I felt like I needed to stay here. Now I can still feel their presence. I'm sorry this was so long. It really was not, and that's totally
it's really
okay.
Short to the point.
But I love you guys. You can read this on the podcast if you want. Here's a picture of my Omen baby. Her name is Lucy, and it's a really, really cute, fluffy dog. So thank you so much for sending that in. That's a really personal story that you chose to share with us, and we really appreciate you sharing that with everyone and telling us that we could share it with other people too, because a lot of people get low. I mean, honestly, it's something that definitely happens, and I think it's important to know that even if you don't have an experience like this, that there's so many people that wish they could whisper that in your ear and let you know, like, hey, people love you. Like, please don't. So, that's a strong one to start out on. I won't say a sad one because I think it had a really good ending, but it's sad that your friend passed away, but I'm glad that they were there for you one last time.
Yes.
So are you going to go ahead and start with your second one or your first one, I should say?
Yeah, I'll start on mine now.
Okay.
So mine starts out, yo dogs, my name is Justin, also known as Glitchgrim.
What up, Justin Glitchgrim? Oh, this is a really good time to break in.
Oh.
I just want to do a quick break-in. So we had this contest that you guys have heard about.
Weeks ago.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be announced, I think, last week to let you guys know who won. It was for everyone that was liking the episode, sharing it on their channel or their page or whatever, and then commenting with a friend to listen. And we did the tally today because it was late. And by far, the most entries that we had were from Justin, a.k.a. Glitchgrim, and he did indeed win the contest.
Nice.
So congratulations, Justin / Glitchgrim, who I'm pretty sure is actually listening to us and watching us live right now.
Yeah.
So we'll totally reach out to you. We'll reply to this email, in fact, to get your mailing address, and we'll send you your box of goodies.
Cool. Sounds
Congratulations. Good. Hooray for Glitchgrim. Yay. Maybe I'm going to put like cheering in the background right here. So when it releases, Glitchgrim has to listen to it again. So at this point, it's going to be like a crowd cheering in the background. And then one guy farting. Maybe. I don't know.
What the fuck? That's unnecessary. Okay, anyway. So this email continues. I've been meaning to send in my haunted apartment story for a while, so I'm just going to jump into it. So me and my boyfriend moved into his to this apartment about 3 years ago. Don't know if it was one or the others. I don't know. I said his for some reason. First thing we noticed on moving day was a pentagram with 666 above it next to the door. I mean, that's an immediate nope.
Those are pretty common. You can find those in the like section in Michael's where it's like live, laugh, love. The stuff that you put on your door frames. I'm pretty sure that's there. Also, I just want to point out your Bixby for some reason activated, and it's recording everything we're saying, and it's hilarious.
Oh my God, stop.
Way to go, Bixby.
Stop talking.
Shout out to Samsung or whoever it is that runs Bixby. I don't know.
That was a huge paragraph. Okay, so first thing, already did that. It looks like they tried to remove it, but you can still see it faintly. So a few weeks into being there, we started noticing cans and empty bottles of water in the kitchen would crunch and crinkle. We thought nothing of it at first. Then, after weeks of it still doing it, we were kind of like, what the hell?
I would be too,
So
man.
we started joking that our ghost is messing with bottles. Little did we know, we were right.
Little did we know. I love that phrase. Also, a quick shout out to AKM 105. AKM 105. They followed us, but they just subscribed to us as well.
For subscribing.
So thank you so much. We appreciate you.
So after the bottles started, we started noticing small black shadows running across the floor.
Fuck that. Move out. That's the spot where I'm gone.
No, I would have moved out seeing the pentagram on the thing. You know, weird things happened in there. Like, I don't know.
Well, like that's something that a kid could do as a prank, or someone could just have left there. And when you start seeing black shadows running around, that's when I'm like, fuck this.
It could be a mouse.
It could. Okay, well then your house is infested with mouses.
And
that
the devil.
rhymed. Oh my God. And the devil. Well, obviously.
Okay, so we don't have any pets, so it couldn't be that. And you would only see them out of the corner of your eye. I would ask him over and over again, do you see those? And he said yes, but I thought I was the only one, so I never said anything to you. Then he told me while I'm at work and he's sitting there playing games, he can see his shadow, see the shadow of someone standing in the hallway, and sometimes hear somebody say, hey, Steve, which is his name, and no one's there, and I'm not home.
That's super fucking creepy. Because it's either someone you know messing with you, which makes this like hard to be skeptic about.
Even somebody you know wouldn't you'd be able to tell, I feel, if it were an actual person standing in your house.
Who out there has ever decided like I'm gonna torment someone so bad they think that they're being haunted by a ghost until they go crazy or move out of their house? I'm sure someone has, but man, you'd have to be like a next level asshole to do that sort of thing. So I don't know. That just makes me a little bit less skeptical about this whole thing. Keep going.
All right. I kind of looked at him like I didn't believe him until at night when I would be watching videos on my phone, I would see this shadow in the hallway out of the corner of my eye. It looked pretty tall, about 6 feet, all black, and I can never really get a good look at it. But as soon as I try to focus my eyes on it, it moves.
Sounds like something that was erased by the voidfish, for those of you who listen to Adventure Zone like I do.
Okay, I was about to ask what a voidfish was.
It's just something from that particular series, that D&D thing. It means like it's information that gets fed to the voidfish gets erased from anyone who hasn't drank from its like water. So if like you were looking at something that's been erased by the voidfish, it would always be blurry. So I've ruined this scary moment with being a huge nerd. My bad, dogs.
I just think about the silence from Doctor Who.
That's a good one too. That one's such a good that whole like concept behind them where they look down at their arms and they're just covered in check marks for every time they've seen it. That just like, holy shit, that's super fucking creepy.
For me, what freaks me out outside of watching that show is whenever I walk into a room and I forget what I was doing.
You do that a lot though.
No, yeah. But I've read somewhere, someone posted on Tumblr or something where it was like every time you walk into a room and you forget what you're doing, it's because you ran into into the silence or an alien or something and they made you forget.
I don't think an alien has that much time to spend erasing my and your memory at the same time, because I do that shit all the fucking time too.
They're everywhere.
So, I mean, they must be super bored. Like, that has to be the case. There has to be better stuff for a higher life form to do than just erase, like, what did I come in here for? Oh, to poop. It's the poop room. I'm kidding. That's not one of the things. I just couldn't think of something really fast.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I think of. Anyway. All right. So bottles still crunch in the kitchen. We still see things running across the floor all the time. And we see the shadow person every once in a while. Not really sure what happened in that place. It's nothing malicious, but it happens more often than not. A couple nights ago, while I was watching videos on my phone laying in bed, the closet door handle, I don't like where this is going,
was perfectly fine and I slept like a baby. I'm sure that's how that sentence is going to end.
The closet door handle started to move like it was trying to be opened from the other side. I asked him, do you see that? And as soon as he looked at the handle, it stopped. We just have random
It's
stuff.
like, oh shit, they saw. It's like super embarrassed out there. The ghost is like, damn it, every time.
What if ghosts are like that?
If I was a ghost, I don't think I'd be super adept at it right away. I think I'd be a bumbling fool, and I think I'd fuck stuff up sometimes.
You do that now.
I know. So why wouldn't it stand to reason that I would also do that in the spirit realm?
This is true. We just have random stuff happen like that all the time. It's kind of crazy, but it's also interesting. It's scary.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I've had really bad things happen to me in my life, and like in the middle of them, I've like looked at people and been like, just so you know, this is going to make a really good story one day, because it really will. And you kind of realize that as you're going through it. It doesn't make it any less awful or any less scary. But sometimes you just have to sort of step back and realize, like, this is interesting. Like, this is actually kind of interesting. And it's like when you're watching a horror movie, like, you know what I would have done? And then everyone talks about shit that they would never have the balls to do.
Yeah.
It's like when you're living through it, then you're like, okay, well, now's the chance. Like, actually do what you said you were going to do. So it can be interesting if you just decide to look at it that way. It's all about your perspective, people.
That's true. Sorry if it was a long story, and if I missed anything, I apologize. It was not at all long. You're fine.
It was way too short is what she's saying. WTF, Glitch Grim.
Shut up.
Why are you being so mean today?
Why are you so mean?
I'm clearly joking. Jeez.
All right. I love your guys' podcast.
Aw,
I listen
thank
to
you.
it all the time, and I try to be on every Twitch stream, not scream. Jesus.
Somebody scream. That's
all right.
a really old Dane Cook joke. I don't know why it just came to my brain.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Glitch Justin, for always being on our streams. And
we appreciate all of you guys that are in here, whether it's your first time or you're here all the time. We definitely remember the name, so thank you guys so much. We appreciate you.
You guys are couple goals.
Aw, thank you.
You're okay. Just saying.
I hate you so much.
Keep up the great work. Thank you for reading this. Also, shout out to the Discord. Everyone in there is so amazing and nice, and this is the best community I've ever been a part of.
Honestly, me too. And everyone in the Discord is fantastic. So huge shout out to Carly for getting that going for us. We really, really appreciate you. Because honestly, if like she wouldn't have done that, I don't know if we would have even made one.
Yeah.
So, and shout out to Tornado because he helped us improve it a little bit after Carly had already gotten it going. She did a lot, and then he came in and he put on some finishing touches. So
nice.
Thank you to those guys who helped us build it out, or those folks who helped us build it out, and everyone that populates it, because you guys are friggin' amazing. And
you literally everyone that listens and interacts and does everything that you guys do to support us. We could not be here without you.
Yeah, it means a whole lot. So I really want to say that it really does. Like, I checked iTunes today. I check it like once or twice a week now, trying not to be too obsessed with it. But we got 2 more reviews. We're up to, I think, 98 now. And they were both 5 stars, and it's really good to see when you guys write reviews or just leave ratings that like people are still listening and they're still going out of the way to go to iTunes, because even if you don't listen on iTunes, it's just easy to pop over there. You can go to scarish.com, and one of the articles at the very top says, rate us here, and you can click there and drop a review, and those always really, really help. I never thought we'd have a podcast that would get close enough to 100 reviews.
Yeah.
And we're almost there.
Cool.
And all but 3 of them are 5 stars. So it's just really encouraging. It makes us want to keep going. And the fact that you guys enjoy listening, like, that's just awesome. Like, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Like, you guys supporting us, and we just keep producing content. So
you guys are so nice.
You guys really are. You guys are fantastic. And quick shout out to Swazzles. They subscribed on Twitch. So thank you so much, Swazzles. We appreciate it.
All right. It's your turn to read.
It is my turn to read. Okay. So this next one is subjected, or just the next one's subject is hello.
You're all subjected to
hello.
this.
Wow. And it starts out, hey, Adam and Robin.
Hey.
So I wanted to tell you a little bit of my sisters and my story about a dream I had when I was younger. Around the age of 5 to 7, I would always have horrible night terrors, which doesn't help with me being scared of the dark. That sucks. I've always had deja vu while dreaming, or just weird dreams in general. One night, I had been dreaming about my house. Like all children's dreams, it has bright colors and my family's weird wallpaper. Well, between the dining room and the hallway that leads to the garage are these wooden spindle bars. From the bars, you can look directly outside unless the blinds are drawn. Okay. I never saw my body, but it felt like I was being drawn towards the bars. But on the other side of the bars was the shadowy shape of a man in a top hat. It's probably Inspector Gadget.
All right.
Because he can, the helicopter thing comes out of the top and he just flies away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably not, though. It's your dream. I couldn't see his face, but I became so panicked that I woke up terrified to move. By this point, I would either crawl to my parents' bedroom with a blanket over my head, aw, that's so sad, or just pull the covers over myself and curl up in a ball. I'm now 23, and it wasn't until last Thanksgiving that my sister told me about how this same man she saw when she was about 10 or 11. My parents had left to pick our older sister up from the airport when she went into their bedroom to check on me, since I was basically 3 at this point. When she went in there, she thought it was our dad, but the lights were still off. She could almost see right through him. She told me that he was a tall man and that he was wearing a top hat. She was so scared that she ran back to her room, locked the door, and pulled the covers over herself. It sounds like she abandoned her 3-year-old little brother to a ghost, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm reading this correctly.
Yeah. Well, wait. Did they lock themselves in, or did the brother lock themselves in?
No. This is the sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it says, too bad cell phones were expensive in the 90s, huh? Later I found cases and books about children all over the states seeing this shadow man in a top hat. Guess it doesn't help that our neighborhood is directly beside a cemetery and woods. Yeah, that's usually not a good thing for seeing spirits. Just gonna say it.
All right.
But that's my story. If you guys want to share it, you can, I guess. No one out of our immediate family actually knows about this. I guess it would be nice to hear that it's not something in books or, quote, television spooks. Thank you for reading, Marie.
Thank you so much, Marie.
Thank you for sharing that. We really appreciate it. I know I talked about it, I think, last week, that sometimes people have, like, a boogeyman that they see and they don't know why they're designed or decorated the way they are. I don't know how to describe it, but then they find out that other people have seen the exact same thing, and it's super fucking creepy. I had the same thing happen to me when I was in like 6th or 7th grade. So thank you for sharing that. We really appreciate it. I hope we wind up getting emails that come in of people that have had similar experiences and that have like overlap in the things that they see. Yeah. It would be super fucking creepy, actually. Quick shout out to Color Me Claire, and the color has a U in it, so they must be from the UK.
Or Canada.
Or they just like spelling it that way. For following us on Twitch. We really, really appreciate it. So thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. So
we can go to our next one, I think. And this next one is Robin's second one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. I'm keeping count this time so
Hooray.
I don't mess up. All right. So this one begins. It's me, your girl, Krishna.
What up,
hey,
Krishna?
Girl. First of all, I got to say that I got a few of my friends to listen to you. Thank you. Shout out to my buddy, Danny. And she was the one that told me that you guys read my email. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's nice to know.
That's really nice. I had given you guys a break so that I would have more episodes to listen to at work. So when she suddenly texted me that you guys were reading my email, I went to find it and listened to both episodes. I listened to it in the middle of shopping and was doing a little dance, ignoring the stares of the staff in the store.
That's hilarious.
I just want to say thank you for taking the time to read it, and I was glad to share that wonderful story of my TO and hope to encourage more lovely stories from others.
Honestly, guys, if you send them, we will read them. Like
eventually, yes.
We will get to them. We're at like a 2-month backlog. We've mentioned that before. And as that grows, we pick up more emails to read during the episodes. And that's all that it comes down to, because we want to make sure we actually get to these, because you guys are nice enough to send us your experiences. And we don't take that lightly. We really don't.
Yeah. Anyway, it's nice to hear them since they give you some joy in a topic that's mostly negative. Anyway, you both asked for my wibbly wobbly timey wimey story. God, I hope I spelt that right. Looks good to me. I don't know.
Yeah, looks good. And you did it in the correct order, which I was yelled at about, because I always say timey wimey wibbly wobbly, because I like it better that way.
But time is non-linear, therefore, who gives a fuck?
You can just move it around. We're not saying who gives a fuck to the person that sent that in.
No, I'm just saying it doesn't matter what way you say it. You said it.
Timey wobbly wibbly wimey. Boom. Fucking nailed a new way to do it.
I hate you.
Go ahead. You can get back to your thing.
All right.
Stop distracting me now.
I hate you so much. Okay, so this happened when I was 7, about a year, give or take, living in Jersey. I was sleeping in my room when I met my sister in my dream, and it went like this. Picture a house, a 2-story house with large windows, and every room was connected. The sun bearing down and letting in as much light as possible, there was absolutely no shadows. Now, imagine everything in this house in white, and I mean everything. Everything that you can think of was white around me. A white couch, white coffee table, etc. And it was kind of blindly white. So I'm imagining like...
Super bright,
like the architect type room in The Matrix.
Yeah, or not even the architect room, like the room where they load everything up. Where there's not screens, it's just like the white space.
Yeah.
But like maybe with walls.
Yeah.
And then she goes, I know Kung Fu. Oh, kooky.
I love The Matrix, just saying. It's such a good movie.
I love the first one.
And I love Constantine. Always.
We always talk about Constantine.
I know, because it's the best.
It's good. It's good. Let's keep going.
Okay. I've lost my place. I think the closest thing to getting a better idea is showing all of IKEA's white furniture, painting a whole house white, get big ass windows to let the sun in, and boom. I stress this because of what happens in my dream. This was the setting. So it starts with me looking around the house before I suddenly am in the living room, sitting on the couch and face the TV. Another thing to add, which I found interesting, was that I wasn't 7 in my dream, but much older. I'm older in my dream, watching a movie that has Will Smith in it. I don't know why Will Smith was something I remember in the dream, but who knows?
Nah.
Is that from Men in Black? No.
No, that's Getting Jiggy with It.
Oh, sorry.
I saw that in a meme today, and I was like, who the fuck still quotes Getting Jiggy with It?
I like Wild West.
I hate you so much. I've never seen the movie, so I can't trash it too badly. Don't do that. Don't make that fucking face. I did not want to go see a movie that was like rated like one of the worst movies of the year when it came out.
It's so good.
No, that's a lie.
I love it.
That is a goddamn lie.
You gotta watch it.
No.
It's okay. Whatever. Anyway, there was a scene where he was trapped and the building was flooding, and I wanted to know if his character would live. But then I felt an immediate presence beside me. I turned my head and see this little girl watching the movie with me, her eyes glued to the screen. She looked to be around 7, and I finally turned to face me. I was very confused since there was no way I would have missed seeing her in this house. She just kept smiling at me. "Who are you?" I asked. "I'm your sister." And I started shaking my head. Not me, but the person. I don't know why.
You're reading an email. Yeah, I got
it. No, you're not. She nodded. And she goes, "Yes, I am." And again, the emailer, Krishna, shook her head. "No, I don't have a sister." She then grabbed my arm and hugged it, still smiling at me.
Aww.
"Well, not yet, but soon. And I'm your sister."
Wow.
I was shocked when she said that, and that's when I woke up. I'll never know if Will Smith's character lived or not.
Couldn't you just watch the movie? I mean, or wait, was this just a movie with Will Smith? For whatever reason, and it's probably Robin's fault, I'm thinking it was Wild Wild West that she was watching.
Well, in the beginning of Wild Wild West, Will Smith is in the water tower with a chick. I forget who the chick was, but...
Doesn't matter, though.
I don't know, but the water tower tips over, and maybe that was it. Who knows?
So Will Smith okay, never mind. Let's just get off the Wild Wild West thing.
Okay. It's such a good movie. I don't know. All right. So, I ended up telling my mom about it, and she freaked out. I asked her if I was getting a sister, and she pulled me into my room.
She said, "Shut your goddamn mouth. Don't tell anyone. I'll kill you."
You know, she yelled. I shook my head and told her about the dream. Apparently, she didn't tell anyone she was pregnant, not even my dad. She asked what she looked like, and I described her as best as I could. She even asked if the girl had a name, but I told her she didn't, just that she was my sister. Sure enough, when the baby was born, it was a girl, but I never connected the dots together until my sister had turned 7. We had a 7-year age gap, just like in my dream. I turned to her one day and just stared at her until I realized that she looked exactly like the girl in my dream. And boy, was that a trip when I tried to explain to her why I was screaming. It was more like I pointed and said, "Aha!" at her.
That's so funny.
How do you say aha?
Aha! Like, you gotta
That's
put some oomph into it. You asked me to do that. I'm gonna mark that because that's gonna be loud. Sorry, people. Blame Robin.
But
I think it's weird that they didn't like ever examine their sister visually to see if they were the person that matched their dream until they were 7 years old.
well, that's how old she was in the dream.
Well, yeah, but if she was 6.5, and I still remember that dream, I'm just gonna be staring at her like, "Do you look like that chick from my dream?"
Maybe she forgot about it.
That's very true. Could have been one of those things where it was a recovered memory 7 years later.
Yeah, it happens.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, but that's kind of cool. I think that's really neat because that's kind of like a deja vu thing for me, at least, where I dream about something and years later I'm in that situation that I was in my dream.
They're never important situations.
No.
They're always like, "I ate this Hot Pocket in a dream from 4 years ago."
For me, more, it's usually like I'm sitting there surrounded by a group of people and we're talking about a certain subject and I'm just like, holy crap, I've had this exact dream before. Right. So I don't know. Anyway, this continues. But yeah, that's the end of my story. I always feel like it's such a crazy story to tell, but I love it. I often have dreams depicting the future, but this was different because it was meeting someone in such an odd setting.
Right.
A few years back, I had a dream where I would meet my future children at a seaside fair. It was kind of similar to this one, dialogue-wise. I'm your blank. But this dream was over rather quickly while the other was slightly longer. Also, if you're wondering about the kids, there are 2 of them. The first was a boy and the other a girl. The boy was holding his sister's hand when they came up to me. I have little quick stories that I'll send another time. I don't want to make this super long. This won't be the last time you hear from me, though. Love you guys, and I hope everything turns out for Adam. Aww,
thank you.
That's really sweet.
Me too.
Keep on creeping on, boys. P.S. Robin, I watched Oh My Ghostess, Train to Busan. I cry. And that's literally in parentheses. And Strong Girl Bong Soon before listening to your podcast, and it makes me happy to hear you watch it too. By the way, if you want a more serious K-drama, there's a show called Black on Netflix. I started watching it. I think I'm like 4 episodes or 5 episodes in, but it is such an interesting, different K-drama than I've ever watched in recent time.
I'm very happy that we're streaming this because I can't wait to rewind this and show you what you look like when you get excited about watching TV shows. Because like just seeing, I looked over so I could see it because you're like, I started watching that, and you were just going fucking crazy. Like,
not gonna give any spoilers, but there is a girl who can see how you die and a Grim Reaper that work together. Yes, I really like it. It's a really cool show, and
I don't remember all of it, but I was watching it with you.
Were?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
you were putting it on constantly. You were addicted to it.
Yeah, it's really good. I really enjoyed it. I think the cop character in it turns out to be some weird thing. I don't know. I need to continue watching it. It's really interesting though. All right. So that is my story. Thank you so much, Krishna.
Thank you for sending that in, Krishna. We appreciate it. And keep sending us stories. I mean, you said you have more and we definitely want to hear them. So we've enjoyed them each time you send them, and we usually do. So this next one is my last one for the night, and it's also my longest one for the night, and it is called Partial Possession, I think.
I don't like where this is going.
It's a solid title though, because we have an expectation already, and it starts out like this.
I expect.
Woo!
Oh shit!
That's literally what it says with exclamation points and everything.
I was
so
gonna
you
make
can't
a
be mad at me.
007 joke. Now I'm stupid.
What were you gonna say?
I expect you to die.
I hate you. I wish our cat was in your lap and you were petting it when you said that though. Hey guys, let me begin this email by, like everyone else, by saying I love your podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you. We haven't really got emails that said that they hate our podcast, so let's just keep that going. If you don't like us, then don't listen to us, and also don't talk to us. We don't give a shit. So if you do, feel free to reach out to us. But if you're gonna reach out to us to be mean, then just don't bother. Pretty please. Getting back to the email.
Shit got real quick.
Seriously though.
Go on.
Let me keep going here. Seriously, though, you guys are the perfect blend of scary, funny, and heartfelt stories. That is what we're going for.
And it really helps that you all that send us your stories are a mix of scary, heartfelt, funny stories.
Which just shows that we have a need for all of them. So in short, you are a whirlwind of emotions, and I love it. I'm currently waiting for my flight, so might as well type my story. You guys can read this on your podcast or vodcast/Twitch. So that's awesome, because I think right around this time was when we started doing the streams, and then people started sending like, oh, you can read this on the live shows.
Wow, how long have we been doing streams?
I don't know. Probably like 2 months, I would guess.
No way.
Right around there. Yeah, we have almost 10 episodes. I think we're getting close to 10 episodes up on our backlog for YouTube. Twitch does not save them unless you have like a Prime membership, and then it's only 90 days. YouTube saves them like forever. So I recommend if you guys are listening to this and you want to watch some live episodes, youtube.com/scaryish. Best place to find it.
Is it scaryish.youtube.com?
No.
Oh.
Not at all. youtube.com/scaryish. Don't listen to Robin. She's trying to throw you off. I have a ton of scary stories. Some of them are my experiences, and the others are from my friends and family. I'll send them in a different email so it won't be too long. For now, this is the story I'm going to give you. I used to live in the Philippines, and this happened when I was 4 years old. Shout out to the Philippines.
Bro, the Philippines has some spirits going on over there.
Seriously, they really do. I was accompanying my grandma for an early morning grocery, and I was surprised I woke up so early. By early, I meant it was 4 a.m., and it was pretty dark out. I lived in front of a Protestant church, which is called Iglesia Ni Cristo. I think I got that right.
Okay.
They're a big sect all over the Philippines, and I swore they have the best choirs. Imagine waking up hearing angels singing. Yeah, they're that good. That's pretty fucking awesome, actually.
Nice.
I used to work at a job that I didn't like, but it was right across the street from a bakery, so I used to go into work every day like, I hate this job, but at least it smells like motherfucking cookies.
My high school in Texas, on the way to school, after I was able to drive, when I was allowed to drive finally, I would stop at the donut shop. I would stop at the donut shop right across the street from school. Every morning it'd be filled with like a whole crap ton of kids, but I'm like, I want these fucking donuts. They were like 75 cents each.
That's nice.
They
and
were
cheap.
so good. But this is like 11 years ago. So, you know, inflation.
Inflation? No.
I'm sure they cost like $2 now.
Yeah, probably. I mean, inflation hasn't been that out of control. All I remember of like growing up as a kid, like the whole story I'm going to tell people like when I was young is that when my brother started driving, gas cost less than $1. And when I started driving, gas was $3 a gallon. And I was like, fuck this. This sucks.
In Hawaii, like when I lived in Hawaii, gas was $4. $4 and change.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane by today's standards.
It's insane in the membrane. And then I moved to Texas and I was like, holy hell.
Right? So much cheaper. Dear God.
It was like $2.60
I grew up
or something.
right next to an oil refinery and it was still $3. We had some of the highest gas prices in the nation, excluding
my balls.
Hawaii. And we were like, it's right there. It's getting pumped out of the fucking ground in Lake Michigan right there. That's who my dad worked for. And he'd come home and he'd be like,
don't you get discounts?
No, you don't get shit. I mean, you get laid off when they got bought out by BP.
Oh.
So my dad used to work for Amoco Oil, which eventually turned into BP. So they got a fuck ton of people laid off. He never got laid off, though. He was very good at his job. Let me get back to this email.
All right.
Lots of tangents. Hooray. Anyways, something happened to me one morning. There were no people outside and inside the church because it was still pretty early. However, when I was passing by the gates, I saw something move. I think this is the morning where they woke up at 4 a.m. for context. I noticed it from my peripherals that it was pacing back and forth by the church door. So I tried to look at it, but it was dark out, so I couldn't see anything but its silhouette. It took me a bit to recognize what it was, but from what I saw, it had a human torso, and from its head, 2 horns curled up like a ram. Wow.
What the hell?
Sounds like a satyr. I was pacing for a bit. It was pacing for a bit, and it noticed me and looked at me with its piercing, red, glowing eyes. Judging from its reaction, it was surprised to see me looking at him. I would like to think it was like Mr. Tumnus, like, oh shit, someone saw me, and not like something super evil that's about to hunt you down.
Okay.
Getting back to it. We stared for a couple of seconds, then he looked away and went back to pacing back and forth. It also had a tail which whipped in the air frequently. I was carrying a box of some sort, and I think it was a coffin. It was carrying a box of some sort, and I think it was a coffin. That's what it said. I was so surprised when I saw it, and as a kid, I was so confused, never knowing what kind of animal it was.
Oh, my God.
Because, like, what kind of animal carries a coffin, right? Oh, my God. The thing that surprised me the most is my lack of fear from looking at the thing. I looked at my grandma walking ahead almost a block away. So I looked back at the creature and I shouted, "Hey!" as loud as I could and ran to my grandma. When I got to her side, she asked why I shouted. And I told her it was early in the morning, she told me it was early in the morning and I might wake up the neighbors. I responded, I shouted at her because she was walking so fast and I was lagging behind. That morning, I asked my classmate who goes to the church early if something had happened there. She told me that when they got there, they saw black footprints on the floor, walls, and ceiling in front of the church. I didn't ask any questions after that. A few years passed by without incident nor anything happening which connects to the demon that I saw.
What the hell?
But when I was in 3rd or 4th grade, something weird happened to me again.
Oh, God, no.
I was kind of a bad kid at that time, and one time I peed on the, quote, light court, and in parentheses, it's a room with an open ceiling and had a huge glass door. I think it was my grandma's idea to add that to the house. So just pissed on the floor.
Oh my God.
My grandma was so furious and ordered me to scrub the floor until it didn't smell anymore. At night, I sleepwalked, but at night I sleptwalked and peed there, according to the maid. One time that I was sleepwalking, she was still awake, so she decided to observe what I did. She told me that I get up from my bed and walk towards the light court, open the glass doors, and just stand there mumbling something.
What the heck?
She walked near so she could hear what I was saying. It was another language or something that my unconscious mind made up and just comes out as mumbling. After a few minutes, she told me that I pulled my shorts down and peed on the floor. I proceeded to close the door, and to her surprise, I walked to her room and laid on her bed.
Oh my gosh!
It's like, pull up your pants, dude. I think you already did.
Oh no! Okay, yeah.
So you just pee on the floor and you're laying in someone's bed. The first thing I would think is like, they're going to pee in my bed. The next incident scared her really bad.
Oh, God, okay.
She woke up that one night and saw that I was beside her bed saying something again, and it wasn't just a mumble this time.
Oh,
I was talking so loud, she thought it was almost a scream, and she was so scared when I suddenly stopped. She thought I wasn't breathing, so she tried to shake me to wake me up.
Okay.
Then I fell to the floor asleep as if nothing had happened, never waking up until the next morning. I was always so confused whenever I woke up on the floor or on her bed. I fucking sleptwalked as a kid, so I just remember waking up a place I didn't fucking go to sleep, and it's just the most jarring feeling ever. I didn't tell my grandparents about this, nor did she. That is really nice of her.
Yeah.
I just thought of it as normal, and I might have had a nightmare whenever this was happening. Surprisingly, the sleepwalking suddenly stopped, and I was just plagued with nightmares. Most of the time, it was the same nightmare.
That's so rough, dude.
Recurring nightmares and sleepwalking. This is like my childhood, just in a different spot. I remember that it was about a black snake and how I was trying to run away from it. It strikes and then wakes me up. I was so scared every time I woke up from that nightmare. Over time, it soon faded, only having that dream once in a while, even when I'm living in New York. Welcome to New York. As I was growing up, I learned stuff about possession, and I experienced some possession activities, especially when I watched Emily Rose. That fucked a lot of people up when they saw that movie. I later learned about the true story of Emily Rose, not Jennifer Carpenter, and her ordeal with demons. I never went full-on possessed because I guess the spirit or demon trying to possess me was a weak-ass motherfucker. That's exactly what it says. I didn't make that up. You guys always tell people that they shouldn't be sorry for sending a long email, but damn, I think mine's longer. So I apologize for being long. Never apologize. We always appreciate it. Yep. But I hope you guys enjoy reading this. If you guys have questions and I missed some info, and if I miss some info, please email me and I will respond as quick as I can. Also, I never proofread this email, so if there are mistakes in the grammar, type double words, and doesn't make sense, I also apologize. Don't worry about it. It was actually really good.
It was really good.
You guys keep on creeping on, and I look forward to more episodes. Thank you so much for sending that in. Yeah, it's super creepy to think about the prospect that you might have been like in the middle of a possession attempt. And I don't think a lot of us would like to think that at all, because it's just a terrifying prospect to like run through your mind. So that was really good. Thank you one more time for sending that in. We appreciate it.
Yep.
As a side note, I just want to say that soon, very soon, we're going to be getting a package that's been sent to us from Modern Physics. And we're going to have some promotional material, and they sent us one of our logo bombs, and I cannot fucking wait to see it. If we have more than one, we're going to use one, but we're going to keep it on the desk so you guys can see what it looks like.
Yep.
Probably through the Christmas season, because they have sponsored us for quite a while, for like the next 2.5 months, I think.
Oh, cool.
So we can go through the spooky season, the Thanksgiving season, and the Christmas season, and that basement promo.
Gifts.
That 30% off is a lot. And it's honestly because the owner of Modern Physics, she's fucking awesome. She's my favorite people on the planet. Like, I follow her on Facebook personally, and like, She's just a really good person that wants to make sure everyone has like a really quality product. Like she's super committed to it, and she reaches out and she works with us on everything. So if you guys want to toss any money towards any like bath products, totally check that out because it's 100% worth it. So cool. Are we going to do nails or are we going to read another one?
Oh, I think I chipped my nail.
Oh, God, no.
Okay. Anyway, so this story goes, my name is Noah. Hello, Noah.
Hello.
I'm currently using my stepfather's account due to this stupid-ass computer that's unfortunate.
I understand all about those technical difficulties. My heart is with you.
Anyway, I have recently found your podcast on Spotify. Yay!
Shout out to Spotify.
And I have a couple weird things I would not mind if you shared on your podcast. So the first thing is I feel as if my house is haunted, and I have some symptoms including strange smells, feeling like I'm watched, and more spooky shit. The second thing is I had a dream, and I spawned in this place that looked exactly like the Upside Down from Stranger Things.
That's creepy, but also kind of awesome. Because the Upside Down looks fucking cool.
I had a gun in my hand walking around. Out of this locker, a zombie bites my arm. I kill him, and a horde of zombies chases after me. I woke up with this big, long scratch, and I don't have a cat, only dogs.
Wow.
Sometimes...
Okay, go ahead.
No, you can go.
I was going to say, sometimes your dreams adjust to what's happening to you outside, like, of your body. Like, if you have to pee in real life, you have to pee in your dream, and then you have the pee dream, and then you piss your pants.
Bro, no, though. I had a dream.
Bro, no, though.
I had a dream last night where I peed in my dream, and I didn't pee in real life, so sometimes that's not true.
Sometimes, but sometimes you pee your pants.
Sometimes. Dead's better.
But sometimes you get scratched, and then in your dream you have a dream where you got scratched because that happened.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you have a dream where you wake up, and then all of a sudden you have scratches on your body that match exactly what happened, which is just creepy as fuck.
Right. We actually just got to the episode of Supernatural. I've seen this episode already. I really like it, but it's where Sam and Dean get put into the video game with Charlie. Felicia Day.
Which is weird because I didn't know that's what's happening.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, spoilers.
It happened. Sorry. But it's a really good episode. Can't wait to watch it with you. Mind blown. Okay.
It was probably really good when you watch it for the first time and you didn't know what was happening, but now that I know what's happening, it's...
Shit.
Yeah, ruined.
Sorry.
Thanks.
Anyway, the third thing is one night I went to bed like normal. I opened my eyes and saw a light. Then I closed them again and passed out. I wake up in my bed upside down with scoop or slash marks on my arm.
Scoop
like
marks?
Gouges, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
That were not there before. I try to show my loved ones my mysterious scars, and they're gone. Later that night, I go in the shower, and they're there. I hear voices that are unfamiliar in my for sure haunted house. Sadly,
now it's to the point where it's like, it's for sure I'm hearing shit.
Sadly, I do not have sage to burn, but incense. My grandmother died recently, and I hope it is my ancestors, or at least her. That's really sad. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I came from a state that's famous for haunted attractions, Utah. I'm waiting for something spooky to happen. After that spooky moment, I will immediately message you.
Good to know. Go Facebook Live.
You're free to put this on your podcast. I would obviously enjoy it. Don't let a 1-star rating ruin you. Oh, that's so nice.
Thank you. We
Thank you
appreciate
so much. Seriously, everyone's outpouring of support totally outweighs one shitty person.
Yeah.
So,
and honestly, the shitty person who left a really shitty review that made no sense and had no context to the podcast, enough people marked it as either not helpful or reported it that it got taken down because it made no sense. It was just super insulting, and within like 48 hours, it was removed. And it's not that we don't appreciate feedback, even negative feedback, but when it's just like someone taking a shot at us, get fucked. And we have a lot of people that have our back. And you guys are amazing, so thank you for that. We appreciate you.
Thank you. All right. That punk-ass bitch don't know what the hell they're talking about is what it says. That's amazing.
We appreciate that.
You two are my role models. I'm going to start a podcast when I move out. Oh,
Aww.
That's so cool.
Let us know if you need help. We will let you know.
You guys always scare the crap out of me. Keep on being scary-ish. Your fan, Noah. P.S. I recommend the Kappa. It's a Japanese water monster for the next episode.
Cool.
I
love doing creature features, so we will definitely look into that. We are rapidly approaching the Halloween episodes, and I have something picked for that, which I can't remember right now, but I wrote it down. So it's fun stuff.
All right. So, what is that? The last one?
That was the last one.
Oh, snap.
You read your longest one in the middle. Yeah, like you usually read your longest one at the end, but that was definitely not your longest one.
So yeah, just to remind everyone, we do have Ko-fi set up, so ko-fi.com/scaryish-podcast. Any of your donations there will go to helping us set up the studio area here, so new lighting, because right now we're using literally just light bulbs
covered with wax paper.
Yeah.
Upgrading the consistency of our pass-through, because right now it's failed on us a couple of times. And our camera died, but at least it came back. But everything that you guys donate us is going to go towards spooky meetups or upgrading our stream, or upgrading our quality in whatever way we can.
Yeah, so any donations to the Ko-fi will help with video stuff. We do have our Patreon goal still, patreon.com/scaryish-podcast. That is a monthly donation service. So their tiers start at $1 and you get early access. And we need to start doing polls again and ask you guys what you want our topics to be and things like that.
We've had very specific topics in mind for the month of October, so it's been like not as much tossed up there for you guys to tell us what to do, but one of the most popular episodes we've had is the Black-Eyed Children episode.
Yes.
And Staircases in the Woods. And that was stuff that you guys picked, so we're definitely going to have you guys probably for our first topic in November.
Yeah.
Pick what we're doing, so go ahead and sign up over there.
I want to do like a Twitter poll. I think I'm going to do a Twitter poll and ask you guys what to paint my nails, because I'm struggling right now.
Wow.
I know that's a really weird question, but I don't know what color to paint them, and they're actually long again, and so I'm like, what do I want to do?
All the stuff the listeners are dying to tell us to do. Robin, paint your nails this color.
Help me paint my nails. And what else is there?
If you guys want to reach out to us, you can email storytime@scaryish.com. You can also go to facebook.com/scaryish-podcast, like the page, message us from there. You can join the Spooky Friends group, which is called the Scarish Spooky Friends group. Post your story there for some instant feedback, or just join in the fun. We post a lot of really fun stuff. You can also join the Discord by going to scaryish.com and clicking on the link that says join us on Discord on the right-hand side. And aside from that, our Instagram is @scaryish-podcast. Our Twitter is @scaryish-pod. I think that is all the social media outlets that we have for you guys to reach out to us. So if you guys just want to say, hey, we listened to you, go ahead. If you guys want to leave us a review, iTunes is the best place to do it. If you can't find us on iTunes, the best way to just locate where you can leave a review is scaryish.com. There's a post right there that says rate and review us, and you can follow it. It's been there forever. I've mentioned it already once on the podcast.
Whoops.
So I think that's just about everything that we have, unless you can think of anything that we left out. One more shout out to Justin for winning the contest. Thank you so much for sharing. We appreciate it.
And thank you, Connor, for being an amazing producer for the show. Yeah,
shout out to Connor. You are a spooky producer because you have that tier over there, but you're also our friend, and we really appreciate you donating to us. It means a lot to us, and everyone that kicks in anything financially or a review or just a shout out or just listens every week, and we just don't know your name because you're one of the silent majority out there who download us but don't say anything. We appreciate you too.
Yep.
So I think that's just about everything that we have for the Storytime 36. I don't even know what episode this is, but thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you. So, Robin, go ahead and sign us out.
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.